Hi everybody, good morning in a new demo of Cibus, which is a software used by nutritionists and dietitian in sport, so with athlete, but also in clinical and classic situation. My name is Matteo and I'm at your disposal for everything. You can text me and you can book a demo with me directly from our website, our landing page. So let's start with a 360 tour of what is Cibus today. This is the English version. As you know, our team is European and our first country in which operate is Italy. So right now, in order to have everything in English, you have to do right click on the mouse and translate to English. In that way, you can have the English version. We are about to implement a more smooth way to put the English version, but right now what you have to do is what I've shown. Let's start from the first page. The first view is home page. In the home page, the nutritionist can see a bit of data, so next consultation and monthly statistics. Starting from here, there's the profile of the nutritionist, in which the nutritionist can set his profile picture and other data of his, and then the workplaces. The workplaces are important because when a nutritionist is setting different workplaces, every client, every patient has his own workplaces. So if your client has these workplaces, every printer and every document of that client is with these colors and this logo. And if one client has these workplaces, for example, it's different. So the logo and the color are in a different way. And then you can also set your services because you can sell your service within our software. What's next? The calendar. In the calendar, the nutritionist can create an appointment, so he can make an appointment or record an event. If he make an appointment, he can click which patient is the one related to this appointment, and then he can decide if there's a Google Meet, Zoom. You can integrate Google Meet. You can integrate Zoom. You can integrate whatever you want, and if it's an online or in studio visit. You can also set your working hours, and so in this way, other patient can book appointment with you. So there's your unique link, which is this one, and in the page that the patient will see, he can select the service, he can select the place, he can select the reason, and he can also pay you directly with the software. In that way, you will receive a request of appointment, and you can confirm it if it's fine for you. And then there's the client view. In the client view, we have the list of all our clients. If you're coming from other software or if you're coming from Excel, we can export and import all your data. No problem about it. When you click in the client, you will see information, measurement, planning, meals, and so on. Let's start with information. Information deal with the questionnaire. So all the questions that we have to ask to our patient in the beginning. You can decide to send the questionnaire to the patient. In this way, we can have everything automatically filled up if he is the one that answered to all the questions. Or you can just write down everything based on the question you're asking to your patient. And in this way, you will fulfill everything. As you see, there's information about the consultation, food diaries, eating behavior, personal and social history, goals, files, so you can put all the history of the files. There's medical records, that everything that you need, and you can print it. And as I told you before, the printing is based on where is the place in which we do the appointment of this client. So if we select studio, if we select it's an athlete in a club, so on consequence of this, the logo will be different and the color will be different. Then we have measurement. We can take track of all the measurement of the patient, and we can also put more measurement if we are not happy with the one by default. We can do the planning. We do the planning before the diet. So in the planning, we can calculate the body mass index, we can calculate the daily calorie requirement, the macronutrients, and whatever. And after this, we go in the meal plan. In the meal plan, we can build a diet for our patient, and we can add ingredients from here, and we can filter by calories, proteins, lipids, or carbohydrates, but also from database. If you're speaking English and your patient are people speaking English, I suggest to filter for USAV, which is a Switzerland database, and I think you're already familiar with that. And you can search for every ingredient you want. For example, you search for banana, you find all the type of banana, and you can add the ingredients. In the meanwhile, while you are adding ingredients, on the right you will have the global analysis of what you're based on what you're doing. So you will have everything here, macronutrients and micronutrients, and so you can keep track of data based on what you're adding, what you're not. You can also add some alternative for every type of food, and you can also print the diet and give it to your patient. Then monitoring, recommendation, and mobile app is coming with the mobile app. So soon will be available a mobile app for every of your patient. And then coming back on the left side, we have the food. So as I told you, we have implemented a lot of ingredients for you, but you can also add your own ingredients. Also here, if you have a database of ingredients you prefer, just tell me and we can implement it. What's also really useful is that if you take an ingredient that we already have, for example, almond, you can duplicate the ingredients and make it yours. So in this way, you duplicate almond, you can call it almond XYZ as you prefer, and you can also change some data in the macro if you are not happy with the one of database, and so you can use it to build a diet for your patient. So you slowly start building your own database, which is really useful. Same for recipes, you can build recipes. You can also have group of equivalents. So basically, you can start building group of equivalents, for example, equivalents with bread. So when you're adding bread in the diet, you also have XYZ, which are the alternative for bread. And that's really, really fast when you're building a diet. And you can also implement models. So you can, for example, create a model of pregnant women. You can create a ketogenic diet, and you have all your model you can use. So in this way, you don't have to start again and again when you are assigning a diet. So if you are in meals, for example, what you have to do, you have to press this button here, and in this way you can import meal plan between patient or meal plan templates, so you don't have to start again. Another thing which is really useful, in particular for athlete, is that maybe you need more version of the day. What do I mean by that? That you need, for example, a diet for the day of the match, a diet for the day before the match, and a diet when there's no workout session. How do you do that? You basically press plus, you divide it the day, and you can select group selected days into a single version, create a version for each selected days. So in this way, what you're doing is creating a different version of diet, and when you print it, the football player or the athlete or whatever see what he has to eat for every day. In this moment, we have created two different version, so we can do match day, non-match day, but we also can create three, and you build your own diet, and you can also change the name of the days of the week in a different way. So that was a brief tutorial, a brief tour of how Cibus is working, but we are implementing, improving everything based on your feedback. So you can text me whenever you want, you can call me, you can book demo with me, all from our landing page. In the bottom right, you will find a button, you can click it and you can text me and you can book the demo with me. I'm at your complete disposal, and have fun working with Cibus. Thank you guys.